Guys, honestly, before we continue into today's video, I just want to say massive thank you to, there's a couple of people I forgot to say thank you to. Hot Fuzz and Night's Light, thank you so much for your quick little donations, I think it was like a super thanks or a thanks or whatever it was. I just want to say a massive thank you. And as well, I have created up a membership, so if you do want to go down there and support the channel, everything that gets donated to the channel will be, in a sense, reinstated back into it. Of course, I've managed to buy myself a new desk. I'm on the verge of being able to buy myself a computer. I've got myself a microphone, so all I need now is a decent camera, and then I'll have a professional setup for everyone. So let's get into today's video. Before we do continue, the refereeing was poor. Personally, I just want to start off by saying, where is the referee? Why why can't the VAR be introduced into the Championship? Apparently, it's like the 7th richest league in the world. So it's like, why can't they introduce the VAR into the Championship? Because the amount of tackles, the amount of times Sheffield Wednesday was time wasted, the amount of times Sheffield Wednesday went in there and was being aggressive, dirty challenges. In that one on Somerville, Barry Bannon's tackle literally came in and he was like 3 or 4 seconds later than the ball. How can we go out there and sit there and say that's not a foul? How did the linesman, how did the referee not see that as a foul? You know, like, it was absolutely disgusting with how he came in, and the referee were just so blatant to it. And the referees in this league, it seems to be week in, week out with Leeds United. There's always something. There's the handball controversy, there's fouls, there's time wasting, there's loads of stuff that we as Leeds fans see on TV and or in the crowd, and we're like, yeah, this is a definite foul, this is going to be cut offside, this is a handball, and they don't seem to give it. You know, is it the simple fact that they've got an agenda against Leeds United, or what, or just the referee quality is just so poor in this league? It's stupid. And that first half was very, very poor in my opinion. Of course, with Sheffield Wednesday, they set up in a 5-4. Literally, every man was behind the ball. And I think that's how a lot of teams are going to try and set up against Leeds United this season, because with how dominant we are in possession, with how dominant we are on the counter-attack, with how dominant we are, in a sense, on the attacking third, I think a lot of teams are going to, in a sense, implement that strategic tactics against Leeds United, because every game we've played in, I think prior to the Ipswich game, every team has sat back and tried to counter us. And there's been a couple of occasions as well that I noticed that over the top, it's just a quick little over the top through ball, or one of the or one of the fullbacks is too narrow and they're going to be exposed at the back. And there was a couple of occasions where, time and time again, Barry Bannon would switch the ball from left to right, and there was that one occasion, I don't know if he was offside, the right winger, against Jamie Shackleton, and it doesn't seem to be anyone there. He managed to get offside, but Jamie Shackleton was way too narrow, way too inverted, and I just thought to myself, like, why is Daniel Farke still implementing this narrow system, telling the players, like the fullbacks, to play inverted, when we're getting exposed all the time? From the first game from pre-season, I noticed how narrow Sam Byron was at times, how narrow Luke Ayling was at times, and that was crucial against the game against Birmingham City. That was crucial against Ipswich. That was crucial against our first game. I can't remember the first game of the season. And there was plenty of occasions in this game, yet again, that the fullbacks were exposed. And I think teams are going to see that. Teams are going to see how narrow we are, so they're going to be able to cut the passing lines and in a sense implement a very crucial pass into the final third. Don't get me wrong, Sheffield Wednesday came to in that first half, it looked like they came to draw it, like having 9 players behind the ball, because it was frustrating, it was boring, it was frustrating, and that's exactly what Sheffield Wednesday wanted to do. They wanted to go out there. They hadn't won 4 games prior to the Leeds United game, you know. So when it comes to the team selection, it's on your screen. It was pretty much the same Same team as last week against Ipswich, and that's fine because at the end of the day, we've got to wait to have these players up to scratch. Whether it's going to take until the international break, I'm not 100% sure. But I thought Gray was okay. I thought the whole team was okay. Ampadu is always impressing me. Every week he seems to be impressing me, especially that ball. Can you remember that ball where he picked it up? He was on the left-hand side, and I didn't personally see it. And then he just picked a pass out to Jamie Shackleton straight away on his left-hand side because I thought he was going to take a touch and run to the other wing. But no, it pretty much cut through the middle, split the midfield up and split the defence up, and I think Jamie Shackleton was offside anyways, but it was a fantastic through ball and he's impressed me, and I think he's improving week in, week out. So with the team selection, I thought it was okay. Sheffield Wednesday came out for a draw anyways, but it's just irritating because in my opinion, Joel Perreault, Rutter, what's happening with their positions? Is it because we've got Gnonto and Somerville, so Rutter has to be playing as a striker, even though we know Rutter isn't a centre forward or a striker, a main striker? And then as well, is Joel Perreault's natural position a number 10? Why is he playing as a number 10? Because in that first half, he was poor. I didn't really get to see him. His touches was poor. His first time passes was poor. And every time he seemed to want to get on the ball, he just get rid of it first time. And it's just like, come on, man, like, you're better than this. Whether it's nerves, whether it's just trying to settle into the system, whether it's just him not, in a sense, just having an off day today. But with how Sheffield Wednesday set up in that first half, it was just so utterly frustrating. And of course, it was nice not to going behind first. It was nice to see that, but at the same time, it's like, where's the attacking threat going to come from? We've lost Inistera, and he gave us a lot of attacking threats. Of course, Willie Gnonto's tried his best. Somerville was fantastic again. I thought he was one of the man of the matches. Ethan Ampadu as well. He played fantastic. The whole team played well. It's just trying to get that final third settled and figured out, because if we don't get, in a sense, a structure where we can be confident about where the goal's going to come from again. Of course, we scored 4 against Ipswich, and that's fine. And I may be just overreacting. But the positives out of that game was that Leeds United are always in control. They're always going to be possession-based. They're always going to have that attacking threat. But we cannot go out and have like 20 shots every game and only have like 7 or 8 on target every match. We can't be doing that. We're going to be working on being able to hit the target. And this is the frustration with the whole Marcelo Bielsa thing. We was phenomenal going forward, just like we are under Daniel Farke. But it's the finishing, the rushing, and it's just like, for God's sake, just do something different. Of course, I'm very grateful for Daniel Farke here, and I'm very grateful that we have the squad that we do. And I guess it takes time. I do get that. But I just cannot help by being frustrated, you know? But it is what it is. And I don't really think the second half got any better than the first half. And I'm very, very disappointed with the lack of creativity, the lack of attacking presence from Leeds United today. Of course, with Sheffield Wednesday, they came for a draw, didn't they, with how they set up, with 5 at the back and then 4 in midfield. Every man was pretty much behind the ball. And in the second half, I thought Leeds United would be worse off. Yes, we still tried to play football. Yes, we still tried to create, chances. But we just couldn't seem to break through the yellow wall, the yellow barrier. And what, man? I'm getting a bit frustrated and sick and tired of Routier now, because when's it going to be enough of, oh, well, he's only young. Oh, well, he needs time to settle. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, blah, blah. Like, yes, he had a great game against Ipswich, but that's the only time, really, he's had a decent game, apart from the Accrington game. Any other game, I think he's poor. I think he lacks confidence. I think he doesn't... I don't think he knows his full ability, because in my opinion, I don't really think Leeds United are going to use him as a long-term player. And this may sound weird to you, but I kind of miss Patrick Bamford, you know, with his hold-up play, his energy, his desire to actually try and get the ball, his desire, yes, he may not score a lot of goals, but his desire to actually shoot over the crossbar, shoot wide or whatever, but at least he shoots. And I'm getting a bit sick and tired now of players continuously trying to walk it in and continuously just trying to be fancy with it. Why not just shoot? There's time and times again when I saw in this game that we could have gone on and shot outside the box or tried to bend it into the top corner, but we just didn't seem to want to challenge that. They didn't want to take that risk. They just want to try and walk it into the goal. And it's just like, why? Vasquez in the second half, the goalkeeper for Sheffield Wednesday, had nothing really to do. He made maybe one save and that was it. Jed Spence came on. He did okay, especially when it came to the recovery time, and he blocked those two opportunities from Windass. But other than that, what else can we sit there and say? Like, there was a couple of occasions where Nonto had a couple of chances. Somerville had a decent couple of chances, and then Rutter. How's he not chipped that over the goalkeeper? He got played over the ball over the top by Somerville, and he was one-on-one. He wasn't offside. Had plenty of time to decide what he was doing. He could have either taken it around the goalkeeper or he could have actually chipped the ball. But instead, he literally passed it to the goalkeeper. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how we sit here and say we've got a £35 million striker or winger, and he does that. He does that week in, week out. And I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we need to just calm down or whatever. I get it's reactionary. But I expected more from that game. I expected Leeds United to go pick up 3 points, not get a draw. But I was talking to someone on Instagram. I was like, this is the type of game where if you haven't scored for 50 games, you're going to get a hat-trick. If you haven't won in so many games, you're going to win. You're going to get a point against us. And that's exactly what Sheffield Wednesday did. They came to Leeds United. Their game plan was to sit back and get a point. Fair enough, it's a negative way of thinking, but it worked. Leeds United just couldn't get through. I thought Daniel Farke's tactical man management today was poor. Leaving the substitutes way too late. Not bringing on, not like trying to bring Joffrey on. Fair enough, he doesn't really bring that extra bit of like quality to the field, but it's another body, it's a different body, because Perot was terrible yesterday. It was very quiet. Routier was poor again. So there's no creativity in that game. And I just want to say, yeah, fair enough. Congrats to Sheffield Wednesday for picking up a point. And yes, it's another point on our record. But we're slowly moving away from the top of the league. Yes, there's only 4 games gone, but we're on 6 points. There's teams now. Preston are on 13. You know, there's teams who are on 10 points, 11 points. So we're slowly moving away from this pack, and I get that with the whole Daniel Farke system and philosophy, it takes time. But it was so frustrating, and this is why I'm reacting the way I am in this game, because yeah, we didn't play poorly, and we're going to be playing like that all the time, and we can sit there and say, yeah, well, we dominated the possession, we dominated the shots, but yet again, the shot conversion rate was poor. I think we had 17 shots and we're like 6-7 on target. That's poor. Against the Salford City, we had 33 shots with like 10 on target. Poor, you know? So what is it that we've got to do to be able to start shooting on target to try and score goals? And I'm hoping maybe Ian Poveda could have come on. I really want Patrick Bamford to come back. Matthias Joseph, he could have, in a sense, implemented something on that pitch. Jamie Shackleton today, yet again, impressed me. I said that he wasn't suited for Leeds United, but for some reason under Daniel Farke, seems to be doing okay. Him and Nonto down that left-hand side, interchanging, and with how he was playing Nonto through and picking up the space, they work well together. But he's not an ultimate left-back, you know? Sam Byram could have done a decent job today if he wasn't injured. There's a couple of other players who were injured who could have done a decent job today, but overall, I'm just very, very frustrated with this game. And yes, it's a point. Sheffield Wednesday picked up a decent point, their first point of the season, but something has to change. Perot needs to get back into his form like he did at Swansea. I get that he needs time to be embedded into the team, but in my opinion, he's not a number 10. I don't sit there and look at him as a number 10. I look at him more as a number 9, a clinical finisher, a proven goal scorer, just a normal centre forward, like when he was at Swansea City. So I don't know how Daniel Farke is setting up this system, because it's like a 4-4-2, because Rutter and Perot seem to be playing up top. So I think he got it wrong this game, completely wrong this game. But overall, the performance wasn't bad. The goalkeeper managed to get a clean sheet in the first time in 40 odd games. So that's something that's to be positive about. But overall, I'm frustrated. Very frustrated. But anyway, guys, I know it's a different video, match review, and hopefully Leeds United can go into their next match and we can actually hopefully and pray that we can pick up 3 points. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel too. We're only a few subscribers away now from 1.9k, so I really appreciate if you would subscribe, and I will see you in another one. Peace.